getting back on those handstands, guys. So that means that my sternum injury is getting away. So today in this video I'm going to answer the frequently asked questions as it comes to sternum pain, sternum injury or sternum discomfort. Keep watching. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Barrookie. As promised, I'm going over the most frequently asked questions as it comes to sternum pain. The first question I get a lot is, are you 100% over your sternum pain? The easy answer is no, I'm not 100% over it, because sometimes it just comes back. So I would say 99% of it is done for, but sometimes when I'm not mindful of my posture, I get a little bit of an aggravation in my sternum, but I know how to manage it. It's just, it hasn't completely disappeared. Hope that answers your question. Okay, the second question, should I use painkillers or anti-inflammatory drugs to get rid of my sternum pain? Well, the quick answer is no, I shouldn't use it, because getting rid of the inflammation with anti-inflammatory drugs will not get away of the injury itself, because most of the time the cause is just lying between your shoulder blades or your spine or your thoracic mobility. So it's not because there is an inflammation on your sternum that you just should tackle the inflammation and be done for. You should tackle the cause, which lies on your back probably. So is it a good idea? Maybe to relieve some pain, but I should work on those thoracic mobility and make sure that your back is strong and that it doesn't put pressure on your sternum. That would be #1 priority. Third question I get a lot is, how can I fix my mobility? I talked especially about thoracic mobility. That's a great way to get some tension out of your sternum. So I made a video on that. Actually, you can check it out here, but let me show you another great exercise just to release some thoracic mobility, or to get some thoracic mobility going. For this one, you want to lay on the ground. Maybe this one is a little bit dirty, but who cares? You're going to open up your arms. You put your legs straight, and you're going to put one leg over the other. And you're going to reach as far as possible. And make sure that you keep the opposite arm on the ground, because that will give some torsion. You should feel the stretch in your thoracic spine. I know I do. And obviously you do the other side as well. That's a great stretch, but remember, I have a video on that specific topic, so you should check that one out. Okay, question #4. Have you tried a Backpod? So if you're looking for a way to fix your sternum pain and you've looked on the YouTubes, you would find that there's a doctor explaining that you can use some leverage to push in between your ribs and your spine to open up that area and to increase your thoracic spine mobility. And that's also what I'm talking about. And he talks about using a Backpod because it's something that can push into your ribs. I would suggest you don't use that. You just use a tennis ball and use that just to open up everything. If it's not enough, just put it onto a plate so it can push a little bit deeper into your ribs, and you're good to go. It saved you like, what, $20, $30 or euros, depending on what you use. So I wouldn't buy it, wouldn't recommend it. Question #5. How long did it take for it to heal? So once I knew what I was doing, and once I knew that the things I was doing were successful, the healing process was a lot faster than before. Meaning that you can stop exercising all you want, but when you just return to getting your exercises, it's just going to pop up again. And what I found was, once I knew I had to work on my thoracic spine mobility, when I knew that I shouldn't be popping it anymore, I knew that I should take my training seriously. Like, I shouldn't stop training, I just should lower the weight and reevaluate my form. When I took care of those 3 things, my sternum pain went away in almost like a month or 2 months. I would say like a month or two would be a good time frame for you to check as well, but your mileage may vary. Every person is different, but if you're doing the right thing, I promise you, you'll feel that it's going better very soon. So good luck with that. Does this pain also include neck pain and upper back pain? For neck pain, I didn't have any problems with it, but my upper back was always very tight, was always very sore, and I think this went hand in hand with the sternum pain, because when your thoracic spine is too cramped up, when there's almost no mobility there, it's going to put the movement onto your sternum, and your sternum is really not made to move, so it's actually just transferring movement from one joint or from one area to the other, and it's not optimal. Your body is just going to figure out how it can cope with the things it has. So yeah, my upper back was pretty tight. I remember when I was sitting on a bus, I was doing everything to open it up and it just wouldn't work. Until I found those exercises, what I was talking about earlier. So yeah, really, my upper back, it was hella tight. Okay, question number 6, I guess, I don't know. I'm experiencing some sternum pain. I'm doing everything that you say. When can I start training again? I would say start training again immediately when you feel that progress is getting on. One thing you should note is avoid exercises that all aggravate the sternum. If you're feeling any sternum pain, if you're feeling any pain at all, stop the exercise. Just don't do it. That's the first prerequisite. If it hurts, don't do it. The second thing, if the exercise did hurt in the past, but it doesn't hurt right now, do it very slow, do it very controlled, and if you're using weights, use minimal weights. I like to give this example when I was just recovered from my sternum pain. Before I had my sternum pain, I was lifting, overhead pressing 50 kilos or something. So then I had my sternum pain. I couldn't do it at all without aggravating my sternum. And then what I did was I just started again from zero. Well, I took a bar of 8 kilos and I just did my reps. I just tried to do like 6 reps. It was very minimal, but it's just to get the blood flowing, just to get the movement in. I would do this exercise 3 times a week, and every week I would add like 2.5 kilos, and I worked it all the way up until I was at 60 kilos. And I must say, I'm very proud that it didn't hurt my sternum, although it's an exercise which can very much aggravate your sternum. So yeah, take it very slowly. I know it's a long process. Even doing 2.5 kilos every week, it's a very long process, but it's better than nothing. And if you just start with the weight that you could do before and you pop your sternum, it hurts again, you can start all over again. So I'd rather take it very slowly, make sure I'm building the muscles that I need to build. I build the neural patterns that I need to protect my sternum. I'd rather do that than aggravate it again and be out for another month. It's a question that I didn't get, but I wanted to get it answered anyway. So how can I change my pushing exercises in order to be for them to be more sternum friendly? So when I started overhead pressing again, or handstands, it's literally the same thing. So you want to put all the pressure on your back. So you want your scapula to be retracted and depressed. So that way you put a lot of tension on your back. The next thing you should do is, if you put all that pressure on your upper back, you find that your rib cage is going to go up. Well, you want to pull that back down by tensing up your abs. So you want to use your abs to really keep your your rib cage from going up. So control your abs and also control your scapula. And in that way you're going to put the pressure off of your sternum. Your sternum and your ribs are just meant to protect you. They're not there to really carry weight. They're not made to really push weight. It's all in the back. So if you're doing overhead presses, I want you to think of your shoulders to be retracted as much as possible. And at the same time, if you find that your rib cage is going up, you're going to push it back down with your abs. And that way you're going to push up. Like that. So I really want you to use your back more, even with push exercises. And you can do this with push-ups as well. So for the push-up, you want to get the movement going from the scapula. I don't know if it's making sense or anything, but you want to initiate the movement from the shoulders, not from the front part of your body, but really from behind. You're really going to push from your back, and that is really going to take away the load from your sternum. And that helps with bench press, that helps with overhead press, that helps with pull-ups. Start with your back. It helps with push-ups, dips. I haven't tried dips before. I haven't tried dips because I find them a little bit tricky. I want to have a stable base on my back before I try dips. But really, all of these exercises which you can control, make sure that you engage the movement from your back, and that will help your sternum out a lot. I hope I shed some lights on these questions. I hope I answered them. If you have some more questions, leave them down below in the comment section. I will be sure to answer them. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Peace!